the portion, or excuse me, from the problem to the left, John lives 250 feet away from Max. How many inches separate John's home from Max's on the map? So we go back to the scale, which is 1 to 1 inch equals 125 feet. And he actually lives 250 feet away. So we needed to set it up as a proportional problem. You must set that up. Then you need to show me that you're doing the cross product. So I'm going to have 250 equals 125x. So then I divide by 125, divide by 125, and x equals 2. I want to see all of the work. I know some of you can say from here to here, if you're going to do this, how do I get from here to here? You got to show me that it's times 2. And then you would show that this is times 2. But you're setting up the proportion first and showing me how you're getting the answer. Number 2, 4 over x equals 7 over x minus 5. You're showing that you're finding the cross product. So I'm going to say 4 times quantity x minus 5 equals 7 times x. It doesn't matter which one's on what side. Do the distributive property. 4x, 4 times a negative 5 is negative 20 equals 7x. Draw my line. To take 4x across that equal sign, I'm going to add the additive inverse, which would be what? Negative 4x. Negative 4x. These cancel each other out. I'm left with negative 20 equals 3x. Then I box up my x. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. So I have negative 20 over 3 equals x. Well, what would be a negative 20 over 3? You would have a negative 6.6 repeated, or what would it be? 6 and what? 2/3. Oh, make sure it's negative. Number 3 says in the right triangle ABC, measurement of A is 57, so I'm going to put 57 in for that measurement. Find angle, the measurement of angle B. What do they have to add up to? 180. So I would show 57 plus 90 plus, angle B equals 180. And then I just do 90 plus 57 is 147. Then I take 180 minus 147, and I get 33. To write the answer, you're going to say the measurement of angle B is 33 degrees. What is the shape of a cross section that is perpendicular to the base of a cube? Here's my cube. And it's perpendicular, so that would be vertical because it forms a 90-degree angle. What would it be? Still a square. What would the area of the cross section be that goes through the center below? So what is that cross section? What shape is that cross section? It's a circle. So you need to write down the formula for a circle. And what's the formula for a circle for the area? Pi r squared. 16 is from here all the way across. So 16 is really my, is it my radius? Diameter. So what would be my radius? 8 equals my radius. So then I come into my problem here and I say pi times 8 squared. So pi times 64, or 64 pi. I put that in. If I put it in my calculator, 201 point, and I I'm just rounding it to the hundredths place. See how I have that? I'll just round it to the hundredths place. 06. If I take it times 3.14, it's 296. So there's a little bit of a difference. Okay? 6. How do you find the volume of a rectangular prism? Length times width times height, or you can say base times height, because base is just length times width, okay? So I'm going to find the area of this little square first. So it'll be 7 by 7. Now what would this equal? 7, because if this side right here equals 7, then 7 plus 7 is 14. So I just do 7 times 7 times 7, which is 343. Then I need to find the volume of this, 21 by, what would this side length here be? Huh? What is it?
7.
It'd still be 7. Because see how it's on this side 7? It's still 7. So it'd be 21 times 7 times 7. So I'm going to show 21 times 7 times 7, which equals 1,029. I add them together and I get 1,372, and it'd be centimeters cubed. If you didn't know number 7, because it's asking which angles are vertical. Vertical angles, let's write this down. This is something you're going to have to know. Vertical angles are angles across each other measuring the same. So they have to measure the same distance, or the same angle measurement, yeah. Is that better? So they don't actually have the angle measurement on here, but you can do it by looking, right? If I take this arrow here and this arrow here, which two angles look like they are across from each other and have the same length?
1 and 3.
Yeah, 1 and 3. So the answer is angle 1 and angle 3. Number 8 is asking the same question, but we have to go all the way over here and figure out which, and it gives us the measurements. And I have marked up on this so much already, haven't I? Let's try it with this blue. I take this line here, and this line here, you see this is 30 degrees, and this is 30 degrees. So this would be angle ZNW. So you'd say angle ZNW, or you can write it angle WNZ, and it'd be EN, and I don't know if you guys are calling that an O or a Q. It doesn't matter to me. To me, I'm just putting an O. So it'd be angle ENO, or you would say ONE. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand that now? Okay. No, keep going. Alright, so, before you submit, let's just go ahead and grade the one problem that you had to do for today. Which in this countdown, you had to do number 3. Femi keeps track of the number of gallons of gasoline he uses for each of several trips. Complete the table. The vehicle consumes gasoline at a constant rate. So how much, so that's part A. So my rate, isn't it always, and you would wanna have the label, miles per gallon. I want to see a label. Now when I have miles per gallon, I can do this problem right here, correct? So it would be 40 divided by 2, which is 20. Okay? So it's 20, so my thing would be 20 miles per gallon. If you wanna set this up as an equivalent ratio, you can do 40 over 2 equals 30 over something. Or, what could if I had to divide, what do I divide 40 by to get to 2? What? 20. So can't I just take 30 divided by 20?
Yeah.
Which would be 1.5. Or we're gonna finish this. We're gonna do this all the way through. 40x equals 60, divide by 40, divide by 40, 60 divided by 40, and my calculator is still 1.5. So you can set it up with equivalent ratios, or just know to yourself, okay, if I'm dividing by 20, I'm gonna do that the whole time. So then 55 divided by 20 is 2.75. 60 divided by 20 is 3. If I'm going the opposite direction, what do I do 3.5 by? Do I divide it by 20?
No.
No, I'm gonna multiply by 20. And I get 70. How much gasoline could Femi reasonably expect to use on a trip of 110 miles? So I'm going to set it up as my rate is 40 over 20 equals 110 over x. So I have, to show my work, 40x equals 220, and I divide by 40, divide by 40, 220 divided by 40 is 5.5, so that your answer in here would be 5.5